What's up, Fackers? We are back with our Fantasy and Chill top 101 players for the 2020 fantasy football season. We are up to number 93 in the countdown. That is wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown of the Baltimore Ravens. He is our 39th ranked wide receiver. Last year, he finished as wide receiver 45. A few of his stats from last year: he had 46 catches for 584 yards and 7 touchdowns. He had 128.4 fantasy points, which came out to an average of 9.2 points per game. All right, so Marquise Hollywood Brown, rookie year last year. So my first point is that he is a second-year wide receiver. We know that the second-year wide receivers usually fare much better than they did their rookie season. For some reason, with wide receivers, it's a pretty good trend the way that works. Okay, he established a pretty good connection with Lamar Jackson last year. I figure they'll build on that. As far as receivers go, we know he just likes his tight ends. And then he's a boomer bust guy. All right, so last season he had 5 games where he scored over 12.5 points, but he had 6 games where he scored under 5. All right.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just looking at his stats. I see right off the bat 4 games where he scored under 2 points.
Yeah, big time boomer bust guy. What did he have week 1 though? Like 40 points?
26.
Yeah.
Well, this might not be. This is standard, but yeah.
Yeah. So he definitely fluctuates game to game. He's your kind of modern day like Deshaun Jackson, something like that. Could easily go 20, 30 points with a couple big touchdowns. Could also be held under 5.
The only way I see Marquise. Sorry, Matt. Do you want to go?
No,
You
go
want to
ahead.
finish
Go
this?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. The only way I see Marquise Brown being viable is if the Ravens defense takes a step back, because Ravens are committed to running the ball.
Right.
If their defense takes a step back and they have to throw the ball a little bit, Marquise Brown will be the guy. He could finish top 10 potentially just because Lamar with his feet can open up the pass game and he's explosive. Like Marquise Brown's got some serious talent, but I don't see the Ravens defense taking a step back. I mean, they're in a division that is tough. They'll be playing Burrow, they'll be playing Baker, and then Big Ben. I mean, not the toughest of quarterbacks to go against, but I don't know. It's
Well,
dependent on
The
Ravens
5-head
defense.
take right there.
let's not pretend though that Lamar didn't throw the ball last year. He led the league in passing touchdowns.
He did, but Mark Andrews was the number one target. There's no discussion about
Right.
that either.
His main connection was with his tight ends, Mark Andrews, Hayden Hurst, and God, who was that third guy?
Boyle.
Willie Snead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Boyle.
Boyle. I'm sorry, tight end. I'm sorry.
All right, so Hayden Hurst is gone. So you figure a second year with wide receiver Marquise Brown here. He's going to throw to he has to throw to his receivers more this year.
But does he need to go deep? Like, instead of throwing the ball deep, I just see him tucking it and running. Like, I don't know.
Right, but defenses are going to key on that more too.
How many games last year do y'all remember where it was like the third quarter and the Ravens were already up by like 30 points?
Exactly.
Probably half of them.
No,
Yeah.
there was one game. The Browns smoked them 40-something to 20. I remember that game because I started the Ravens defense and I got raped. But that was it.
I'm gonna have to censor.
Okay, well, so
I
your
got
point.
sexually
Y'all
assaulted.
There you go.
remember that game? It was either Sunday night or Monday Night Football. They played the Rams, right? They kicked their ass. They were up. No, it was the Chargers. Sorry.
No, I think it
They were
was
up
the
like
Rams.
40.
No, I think you're
Rams
right.
or Chargers. They were up 40 points in the third quarter. Like Matt was saying, the game was over. But they got that lead. He had like 5 or 6 passing touchdowns. So they got it by throwing the ball. All right. He's not all just running. He led the league in passing touchdowns last year.
Yeah, but passing touchdowns mostly to Mark Andrews. And you say they passed the ball up quite a bit, but last year they were last in passing attempts and first in rushing attempts. I don't see them changing their offense that much.
Right, and that's another reason due, though, to those big leads that you said they had, right?
Yeah, which I think it'll come back to the mean. I think they're going to be playing a little bit more quality teams next year, but...
Okay, look, here's the stats, though. They beat the Rams at one game 45-6. Lamar Jackson only threw 170 yards, but 5 touchdowns. Now, he did get 2 to Marquise Brown, but still, his stat line's only 5 for 42. I mean, that's like, I just don't see a wide receiver for them getting consistent, like,
Yeah,
5 catch, 100-yard games. You're gonna have to rely on that big play.
But I think
I
they're
agree.
just going to be forced to kind of use the wide receivers more as we go into the second season of kind of Lamar Jackson here.
Are they though? Their backfield is stacked, and they
Their
just added
backfield is
Well,
J.K.
stacked,
Dobbins.
right?
It's
But they're gonna key on Lamar running the ball. If the best I don't know if you can stop that, but the best they can, and they're gonna key definitely on Mark Andrews.
let me try to.
You're gonna see him bracketed like you see Kelsey and Kittle and guys like that.
It makes it sound like Ryan's trying to hype him up into like a top 10. Let's not forget we have him ranked 39th as a
Yeah, I'm not.
receiver.
I'm not saying this
it's
guy
true. It's true.
like he's not even a guy you're gonna start. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I'm saying I like his potential to
Yes.
be a guy that could really go off this year, just
yeah,
because he's a big play guy. He's got whether you like this statement or not, he was the MVP last year. He was the best quarterback in the league last year. He's got that guy throwing in the ball. All right, so potential is there to outperform this ranking of wide receiver 39.
yeah,
But yeah, like Matt
Yes.
said, I'm not saying he's going to be a wide receiver 2 or anything crazy like that. This is still a guy that borderline flex, but probably you're just going to have on your bench.
Yes, and that's what me and Matt were getting at. Like, he does have flex potential right away, obviously, but that top 10 potential lies within the Ravens having to get in shootouts,
yeah.
basically.
Which I think we'll see more of this year, but
Yes,
We'll see the league's adjustment to Lamar.
yeah, I think that's
that's
the
true.
biggest question.
We saw it in the playoffs, didn't we, Matt?
Hell yeah,
You
overrated.
talking about that? You
Hey,
talking about that Titans
Matt
game? But
pounded.
keep talking about those Titans game, but go look at the stats from that game.
Hey, overrated.
Two for like 500 yards.
All
Y'all are
right,
idiots.
that's enough for Marquise Brown.
Anything else on Marquise Brown? We good with that?
I think we're good.
Hollywood. Hey, one of the best nicknames, though, in the NFL. I'll give him that.
It's a good nickname.
Top
Keep it
5
classy.
Antonio Brown's what is he? His nephew, cousin, something like that.
cousin.
Antonio Brown, sneaky pick to the Ravens this year.
Could be. They need him, I
Could happen.
think, but
So just to wrap it up, Marquise Hollywood Brown, our number 39th receiver and number 93 overall. We out.
yeah.
We out.